thought I'd do a proper cherry blossom video, not just holes in one, but tips and tricks on actually how to play it. So hole 1 is one of those that actually aces quite frequently if you know where to hit it. So past the pole on the left and just past the first line in the boards on the ground, there's this little cluster of dots, and you're going to hit right on those dots, and that takes it around really nicely. I had to throw in a crazy one to boot, of course. So on hole 2, aim towards the left side of that first bridge. That gives you a cleaner line to go all the way through both bridges and end up on the other side. Just to be showier and crazier, you can always take it off that rock behind you. For 3, just aiming right about there. And this one has to do with that pacing, because the ball often gets a little spin. You can see it jumps back like that. Either way, get you set up nicely for the hole so you can get it in 2. Love how that popped up and dropped in. I also really like this shot lean into it mentioned about hitting it near the ramp, and then it'll just catch nicely up there and carry towards the hole. And you see we hit a couple of different places on the ramp, and they all 3 went in. This one's definitely riskier, but you can bank it off to the right there and pop it open over. They'll even tap off the rock behind you and jump over, just for a fun dunk. So going into 4, I like to roll it up, get to that opening, go in and get that eagle. Now, this is a little riskier in my opinion for the way I putt, but there's those 2 distinct dots on the ground, and if you kind of go right in there, you can get into that area, and from there, there are ways, but it's just harder to get them into the hole as far as an eagle goes. But easy to get it into that middle section and get the birdie. You can also take it off the other side, again, risky. The rocks behind you have got several areas that will pop it up and over there to get you right in the middle. That seems easier to some people. I know some people who really like to do that rather than try to line it up on the side.
Right here.
Okay.
Shut up, what?
That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
On hole 5, definitely my game approach. And I forget where I've seen all these before. I think I saw this one from Inner Princess the first time. But yeah, just a nice tap there. The pace is not too big, just kind of gentle, and let it roll on around. Sets you up nicely for the birdie anyway, as long as it doesn't catch the wall. Hit it a little harder, it might bounce over and go in. So you can take it to the left and bounce it around. That also is a line to it. If some people just love to aim for something a lot closer, and so maybe they can work with that better. Just to pop it up and over off the bridge, just when you feel a little crazy and want to do something different. So there's a big dot on the ground there to the left. And so one way that gets it to the hole is to bank it so that it rolls back over that big dot. You're not trying to bank across from the dot. You want to bank it so it literally rolls back over the dot. And that actually takes it to the hole. I do that sometimes. I'd rather thread the needle. I think I'm better at this one. But just go right through there. It does shave things close, but it comes back to the hole so nicely. It will ace doing crazier things, but yeah, not doing any of that in game. It's just fun sometimes. So I'll lean into it, do this beautiful shot where he just so consistently can tuck it right up in the point at the top, and then it just rolls right back down to the hole.
But the idea is to tuck it up really high and then it will naturally go straight down.
That's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
Here, I'm going to film
Nice.
that real quick. Yay.
Yes.
Right? Got to do it.
Yep. Copycat.
Whee! Right?
That's
Just
a good
copying
shot.
you, man.
Do love that other shot since it can ace quite a lot if I can get that pacing down. But I just get it up there at least to tap around and come down centered so I don't end up in the death zones on the side where you just go back and forth and back and forth. So this is weirdly consistent for getting in the area too. Just right there on that block behind you on the edge of it, you get that pacing down, it'll get right up and over in the center for those who hate risking ending up on the sides. So this one, as far as I hope at an ace, banking to the left like that and hoping it kind of comes back. See how it catches the edge of that? That seems to be for me, like I've done that a couple of times and it'll curve it right back to the hole. Now this is what I usually do in game because it's safer for me. Not exactly this one where it goes to that back wall and comes back. I just wanted to show that because it can be forgiving in that sense. But I like to just gently put it right there and see how it just rolls around really nicely. For me, that's just the putt I can recreate really easily. It's an easy eagle, so I like to go for that one. So 9, right across from that first line there, gets it in the back nicely. I know this course has been out for a while. Everybody, most people it seems probably know these, but there's new people to the game all the time, and I never did create a video that was, helpful as far as tips. So I thought I need to go back and do something useful, if nothing but for myself. So an albatross path on this one, rolling it down there just to get it in that opening where you've got that line to the hole, and then just putt it like it's a straight line. Don't worry about all those little drops. It'll putt nicely like a straight line. And so again, somehow you're just getting it in that little area, and I'm just showing this one because it was a different way it got there, and there's that line again. Putt it like it's a straight line. It'll go right to the hole. I do that sometimes. This is actually my favorite just because this one will ace sometimes. I catch off the edge of that wall, it'll go down and get all the way to the bottom. And then it's not quite so risky having to putt a very long line, which is not everybody's favorite thing to do. So I go just over, catch the edge of that somehow, and I'm showing this one because it's a little different how it went out and did the rock, came back. Again, I'm in the bottom section. It's an albatross. Holes like this are why this is one of those courses you'll see people get 30 under on. So yeah, in game when I did it, it was the same thing. I just like that little wall there. Got to learn that pace because it can bounce right out the back if you overhit it by just a little bit. Just wanted to show a close-up for those wanting to see kind of the exact line. It's just to the left of this obvious dot on the ground, but the pacing is definitely what's going to make or break that one. So everybody's got things they can pull off easier. If you want to try to go to the right, which is harder to me, there's a big dot right there on the floor. And if you go right of that, you can find a fairly safe path that will get you down there also for that albatross. Might do something a little strange like these, but still just to the right of that dot is more forgiving. Now when I did ace it, it was actually going right over the dot, but only because it would catch those rocks outside and knock it back in. Too risky to really hope that's going to happen in game. So in 11, I know a lot of people who like to bank to the left. There's kind of a big dot on the floor. There's 2 dots there, so you're looking for that back dot, the one farthest away from you. And it's a little past that, but if you kind of bank off the left there like that, that will roll it back straight into the area of the hole. And so at least you can get it in 2, even if it doesn't go in. I do this sometimes. Honestly, I'm still better at doing the straight one. See how the straight one goes real close to that point there? But I still have I don't know. That one works for me. You still got those same 2 dots on the floor. It's just to the right of them. And it just goes right over there as well. Just a matter of preference. Here's a couple of crazy ones. Doesn't need any instruction, of course. It really is a straight putt. And it's all about just the pacing to get over that hill right there. So sometimes it'll tap off the wall and come back, and sometimes it'll just gently go right to the hole.
Very nice.
I didn't get a good angle on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, hit it really high up in that corner. Straightened it right out.
So I like to hit kind of in the middle of that shadow that's right there in the corner. So it's really the pacing that's going to affect how that one goes around. Got a little lucky on that one. You can see those dots on the ground. Kind of bank it all over. A different way to get it to the hole. Or you could just skip the path altogether.
Oh, way
Nice.
to go!
That was beautiful. Wait, I have to see that again. Play that. Play it again.
Play
Sam.
that hole in one.
That delightful sound. Beautiful.
Was it just a
sound.
14, of course, just really so much luck. You're just get it in that pipe. I have not found any difference in whether you get it in there quickly or get it in there slowly. It just seems like all chance whether it's going to come back and actually drop in the hole. I've had it happen a few times, but it doesn't love to do it. So in 15, just slow rolling it over in that section just so it'll get that nice curve down. It's just slow, let it gently come around. So 16 is interesting. This was the first time I had gotten that ace, and it was just, you know, a little crazy, a little unpredictable. Wasn't thinking about any particular paths.
Sweet.
All right, now
That is
seriously, guys, come back up
Nice.
here and replay all at the same time because I am recording this. Never in my life have I seen 4 hole-in-ones on this. This is insane.
No, I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, there
It's
we go.
okay if they're all behind each other. I like the stagger.
Yeah,
Follow
actually,
the
that's
leader.
better,
This is
isn't it?
ridiculous. Look at this.
How sweet is that? Look at them ganged up
Look,
over there.
you got it perfect,
boom,
didn't you?
boom, boom.
Look at that.
That's a
Boom,
great
boom,
video.
boom.
So this actually I had not seen before until I played with these guys, which surprises me, but I don't get in here as often as I should. So there's a set of little smudges on the edge of the hill at the top, and it gets you just past that bamboo pole. So when you can see those smudges and get just to the right of it, you want it to drop smoothly right between those poles, and then when it catches that one at the bottom, that'll just make it slide right off and in. So on 17, hitting towards the far left of that first board, that's the line that tends to go straight to the hole. Just watch that pacing so you don't go out the back. Of course, throwing a couple of off-road aces just for frivolity. Yeah, that one took a little bit, but I'm like, I just really want this dunk. 18. Oh my goodness. So, different ways to lay it up, maybe to get it in 3 moves or less. Right there, that board on the ground. hitting it with that gets it around the corner really nice. And then you're on that bridge where you can tap it one way or the other depending on where the ball is. You can either do like this where you're banking it back over, or maybe you have an even better line to go straight. But you can get over there and you've got a real good shot at getting it in 3. If you hit this one harder, it might just get back over there and let you get it in 2. Definitely riskier. There's just a couple of shots where just hitting it harder to show it definitely can do it. So also, if you hit here, right at the front of that point, just to the left of the point, that also can get you around the corner. You're back in the same area, pop it over, and now you can get it in 3 or less. So if you do it to the right side of that point, you're going to go over a little farther usually. That can lay you up right here. Now you've got this line just to get it right through there. And as long as you can thread that needle and it's not too tight a space, that'll get you around the corner. And so yet again, you could get it in 3. Might even get lucky and it goes in. Again, maybe less than 3. But that can lay you up in different ways. And I was going to show 2 of them here because like in this one, I don't have the clear line. But notice this thing still has a lot of ways it will bank it and still get it around the corner for you, even if it doesn't quite roll up far enough. All right, so when you hit that one hard, sometimes, again, this is riskier. But if you hit it hard, often it will go up there, get it into maybe a miracle in 1.
But I'd never get over here.
This is all a lie. To get me to have a
Somehow
bad
we got to
score.
remember that hit, though. That's my
Me,
problem.
Robin. Somehow, this is something to do.
So again, really risky, but that same area, you just hit it really hard, it just might knock you all the way around. And then you get something like this.
It's really pretty.
Way below par.
I know, I love that.
I like how it just Way says below. amazing. Who said that?
So for the ace doing that, just hitting it really hard off that spot. It took a little bit. It likes to get right next to the hole, but at least once it did drop in. I'd love to pull that off in game one day. You can always tap back off the wood behind you, off that board. And that was the first ace I ever got in there, was messing with that and popping it up and over. Some people still do that as an approaching game, hoping to get that in 2, where it just says amazing. Alright, hope this was helpful as actual tips for playing Cherry Blossom, which I had not done before. Subscribe if you like, really appreciate it.